Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're digging into something really specific, looking at a whole stack of proprietary sources.
We are. We're focused entirely on London's prime property sector.
Right, and specifically that really sharp surge in activity we all saw right after the Chancellor delivered the budget.
Exactly. And the mission today, for you listening, is to figure out if this post-budget bounce is, a real recovery.
Or just a flash in the pan, and crucially, is it sustainable?
That's the big question.
Okay, so let's set the scene. What did our sources say the mood was like before the budget? I mean, was it really that bad?
Oh, it was paralyzing. The phrase that kept coming up was a thick fog of uncertainty.
A fog?
Yeah, buyers, especially at that very top end, had to just completely hit the brakes.
It wasn't that they weren't interested, it was just...
It was the not knowing, and the data backs it up. Agreed sales over £1 million were sharply down.
How sharply?
We saw a crushing 16% year-on-year drop for November. The market just freezes when you lose certainty.
Which is such a profound lesson, isn't it? Because the fear wasn't actually about a specific tax.
Not at all. The real fear was the unknown tax. Those mansion tax rumors that have been floating around for, years.
So when the budget finally landed and gave actual concrete numbers...
It was almost a sense of relief. Look, no one wants a new surcharge, but a predictable charge, say £2,500 a year for a £2 million home starting in 2028.
It's a known quantity. You can price it in.
You can price it in, and that predictability it unlocked everything.
So let's talk about that velocity. The numbers shot up almost immediately.
Instantly. Daily viewings jumped 10%. December exchanges were up a remarkable 20% above the seasonal norms.
And then there's that one incredible anecdote.
Oh, it's the ultimate example. The buyer who viewed a property on budget eve.
The night before the announcement.
Offered on budget day, and by 7 p.m. that same day, had exchanged on a nearly £20 million property.
Wow. They were just buying certainty.
Purely chasing clarity. Certainty equals velocity in that world.
But that's a reaction to relief. If we're asking about sustainability, the budget itself can't be the long-term driver, can it?
No, you're right. That clarity bounce is just the initial spark. The real engine for a sustained recovery is something else.
Which is?
Falling interest rates. The whole market is waiting for that Bank of England rate cut, which is expected on December 18th.
Okay, that makes sense. But something in the sources really stood out to me. It said prime property is not leading the recovery this time. That feels backwards.
It's completely the reverse of the historical cycle, and it tells us that the market is valuing stability over, pure exuberance right now.
So what does that mean strategically for, say, a seller?
It means the calendar for 2026 is basically flipped. We're now predicted to see stronger demand in early 2026, not late 2026.
So the advice is urgent.
Extremely. Our sources are saying, don't wait. Spring marketing might actually be too late.
Okay, so if sellers need to act fast, where are opportunistic buyers looking? I heard some vendors are already feeling like they undersold.
There's always a bit of that. But the research teams are staying cautious about any aggressive price growth next year.
So there is value out there.
Oh, absolutely, if you know where to look. 2 areas really stand out. First, premium country houses. They saw an 8% price fall in the year to September.
So there's a discount baked in there.
And then there's the big one, prime central London. PCL is still a remarkable 24% below its peak from June 2014.
24%, that's a huge gap to make up.
It really is. And speaking of that kind of buyer, we have to touch on that story about the non-dom client.
Right, the one who refused to even enter the country.
Exactly. So being non-domiciled, they are extremely tax sensitive. They refuse to physically come into the UK to sign the documents.
So what did the agent have to do?
They had to go meet them on their plane, on the tarmac, just so the client wouldn't trigger a single taxable day inside the border.
That's just staggering. It really highlights how mobile and strategic that level of wealth is.
It does, and it's why markets like the Cotswolds or Cornwall might feel a bit suppressed, with second home buyers already facing double stamp duty.
So to wrap this up, what are the big takeaways from this deep dive?
I think there are 3. First, this bounce is real, but it's driven by relief and clarity, not market exuberance.
Okay.
Second, for sellers, Q1 2026 is absolutely critical. Front-load your strategy. And third,
there's value to be had right now, specifically in PCL and the premium country house market.
That's it.
The final thought I'd leave you with is this. The prime market is sending a signal that the broader market maybe hasn't fully absorbed yet.
Right.
That stability plus the promise of lower rates equals momentum. And that's crucial because even when the cycle's flipped, Momentum at the top often, eventually, leads the rest of the market.